Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be checking out the free marketplace content for the month of June. And stick around to the end of the video where I show off the bonus permanently free building system, which you guys do not want to miss. With that being said, let's jump right into the video. Alright, so first of all, if you're new to Unreal Engine and you don't know what the free monthly marketplace content is, all you gotta do is head over to the Marketplace tab on the Epic Games Launcher, then scroll down here till you see the free for the month, and then you just add each of these to your cart and you check out and you get them free permanently forever. There's also, if you go to the free tab, permanently free collection, there is this new building system if you filter by free, and right here. Alright, as always, I have the content all downloaded here, and I actually have it converted to Unreal Engine 5, which wasn't entirely hard at all. So all I did was click on the 4.26 version and clicked open, and then open a copy. Alright, so this is the Modular Low Poly Robots. So if we hit play here, we can change, it's pretty much like the customization. So we can change the tank chassis, so we can change this to different types of treads here. Okay, and we can also change the guns. I'm just gonna hit play. See here, we'll spawn in. And we can control our tank. Don't think there's any sort of shooting. I think just the blueprint aspect of it is made, but like the actual events of shooting a projectile is not programmed in. Okay, so it looks like we have some obstacles over here. Not sure how well this tank is going to do because I just kind of chose this random one out of the blue. Okay, so we can climb up these. Physics steep test. Okay, so it looks like you can rotate the wheels moving inside of it. Oh, this is pretty cool. Escape or tab to menu. Well, obviously escape to exit the editor, but okay, so we can change this to spider. That's pretty cool, actually. Tesla gun. Okay, so it kind of looked like, not sure if this is like procedural legs. Oh yeah. Okay, so here are the controls: WASD to move, shift, so stand up a little bit taller, spacebar to brake, mouse to move, mouse left button to fire. So yeah, it calls empty events, but obviously we can go into the blueprint and bind these events to like spawn a projectile or to like do a line trace or whatnot. Okay, so there are AI as well. That's why you see these little robots running around the map. And I think this is also multiplayer, or at least that's what it says on the marketplace. So we'll test that here in a second. So yeah, we can see like the legs here are procedural. So whatever terrain we go up, it'll adapt to the height, which is really cool. I was actually thinking of buying one of these like procedural walking plugins to make something like this, but honestly I could use this for the project that I was going to do. Okay, so these are like all the tank parts here, all the modular parts. So we have S6 wheels, 4 wheels, treads, these 4 treads. Okay, so kind of a hover tank, it looks like. Then we have the screw drive. Another hover tank. Okay, and these are the bodies. And then we have the medium robot body and the small robot body. So a lot of different options, and here are the actual weapons here. So we have the Tesla gun, heavy rocket, small rocket launcher, rail gun, machine gun, I'm actually wondering, oh yeah, so it looks like this part can be rotated, so we could animate that. Laser gun, plasma gun, and radar. Then we can see here we have the spider chassis. Now I want to test out the spider chassis advance because that looks pretty cool. And then here I think it's just an AI. Okay, so let's test out multiplayer. So we do here play, do 2 players, net mode as clients, and we're going to do this in new editor windows. Okay, so we'll do hover tank advanced. Okay, yeah, so so it's looks like it's entirely multiplayer. Obviously, for some reason this map, something is just killing my frame rate here, but as you can see here, it's multiplayer. Can move around on this guy too. So honestly, this isn't a bad asset for this month. Honestly, it's pretty good. All replicated, set up out of the box. You have a bunch of different templates to choose from. The only thing you'd have to set up on your own is like the shooting events and stuff like that, which, I mean, they already have like the actual events made. You just have to attach like your own functionality to it. Oh god. The AI are attacking us, dude. Oh, this one actually can climb up pretty well. Alright, last thing I kind of want to test out is the advanced spider tank, because this thing looks pretty cool. Okay, so look at this. The machine gun actually rotates. It's all set up. So all you got to do is set up those line traces. Okay, so this is the advanced spider tank. This is awesome. Yeah, we can climb up all these hills and stuff. You can see the legs are all procedural, so they adjust to have like IK set up. God, this is such a cool project, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty much the modular robots. We can check out here the blueprints. So we have AI, and we have all the blueprints here. So we have hover robot, screw chassis, spider robot. Just do the simple wheeled robot here. Okay, so the parent class here is this main robot part. So this is where all the main functionality should be stored in blueprint. Okay, so it is running off event tick. So I'm kind of skeptical about that part. Let's see here, update, target rotation gun. So honestly, I'll have to check some of this stuff out. Maybe I'll do like a full separate video breakdown if you guys want me to. But okay, so I'm kind of glad that I caught this, but so this is set up for multiplayer, right? But the only downside to this, or at least the way they set this up, is the fact that they're passing data here from the client side. So this is running on the client as a RPC to the server. So this is actually a way that the player can cheat, which is unfortunate. Anyone could try and modify the client side values, and since the server is accepting the values from the client, anyone can pretty much cheat. Honestly, that's probably the only downside to this pack. It's always hard to create custom vehicle movement logic without using event tick, so I understand, the difficulty. But yeah, that's the modular low poly robots. Let's go ahead and move on to our next content pack. Alright, so next up we have the third person story adventure, which I also converted here to Unreal Engine 5. Now, if you're going to convert this like me, one thing to note is that it's going to take 40 minutes. I had to compile a ton of shaders, and it took 40 minutes just to convert the project. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so we can hit play here. The third person story adventure template. And mind you, this is all the basic lighting from Unreal Engine 4. I didn't change anything in any of these projects. So we have simple interaction. So we can look at a book or a mug. press E or Q.
Another blank book. Apparently only for demonstration.
Okay, so it also has sounds there. Okay, so it looks like you can set up like items that you can inspect and have your character say, you know, like one-line things talking about that item.
Wow. How long has that been? Brings me back to the old days.
Okay, and this is like a 2D inspection, so we can like look at photos and stuff, letters. Advanced 3D inspection.
This book has no title. Strange.
Okay, so this is pretty cool. And we look at the mug.
A black mug. I wish it had coffee in it.
Then we have inventory items, so we can inspect and pick up.
Just another empty mug.
So left click to take. Item take plus anim IK. So we can do take. No sequence assigned, huh? And then take item sequence, so we can do take. Oh, okay, so it's like a cutscene. And then we have inspect 3D journal.
Just another empty mug.
Okay, that was kind of the same thing. Journal entries. Press tab to open backpack. Oh, okay. So we have our inventory here. We have those mugs that we picked up, and then we have our journal entry. We can inspect certain items, and that will unlock journal entries in our little menu here. Okay, so inspect 2D journal. We can do this.
Wow. How long has that been?
Okay, so all of these create journal entries. And yeah, I'm not going to inspect the other ones. It's pretty much the same. Let's see here. These are all the controls. WASD, mouse, left shift, sprint. C to switch camera. Okay, so we can switch from side to side. Tab to toggle your backpack. And they also have it set up for a gamepad. So sub-level transition. This is if you're going to set up multiple levels. You just have these doors that you'd walk through to open a different level. Okay, cinematic dialogue. So we have a character here. We can talk by left clicking.
What's up? Haven't seen you here before. How are you doing?
And we can do dialogue.
My name's Guybrush Threepwood, and I want to be a pirate.
Well, I hope you don't pirate this asset. Are you enjoying the demo so far?
Yeah, it's great.
Great to hear that. Don't forget to leave a rating if you're happy with it.
Right. Supporting developers sounds good to me.
Perfect. Well, have a good time. That's it for now. Talk to you later.
So that's pretty cool. Wait, so right
Why
click
is
to
there
look.
no female mannequin by default? That's not alright.
Well, technically, actually, in 4.26, they added a female mannequin. Okay, resting spots, so we can cue to sit. Okay, so I don't know if they had like actual, yeah, so it doesn't look like they have an anim montage for sitting down, or animation for sitting down, so it's just instantly transition to sitting down, but yeah, that's the interaction there. So there are a couple more levels. This is kind of just the demo level showing off all the different interactions. Okay, so this is a little level here. I think just on the inside. You can go ahead and hit play. Okay, so we got sounds and stuff. Okay, we can look at the bed. Cue to lay down. So that's pretty cool. Then we have a book. We press
I know this book.
right
I
click
loved
to
reading
look.
it when I was a kid. Kidding. It's just another empty book.
Yeah, pictures, book, mug. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use the door here. So this just opens the showroom level. So that's pretty much just the showcase level. It's just kind of showcasing how you would set these up. And this main menu is just the actual main menu for the game. So we do this in a new editor window. So we have new game, load game, options, and quick game. Okay, so we have all the blueprints here. We have the core, which has all the base actors. So we have the 2D inspection, 3D inspection, like interactable objects, all that stuff. Honestly, not that bad of a pack. Like, it has quite a bit of interactable objects, and you could pretty easily make a story-driven game just using this system. I mean, it's got all the interactables, you have dialogue, pretty much all the core mechanics that you could expect in, say, like a Wolf Among Us or something like that. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this pack. Let's go ahead and move on to our next. Alright, next up we have the Stylized Forest map. So I can hit play here. And this map is looking pretty darn good. And again, this is just the Unreal Engine 4 map updated to Unreal Engine 5. I didn't mess with the lighting or anything like that. So, straight out of Unreal Engine 4. And it looks pretty darn good, honestly. Got our little pathway here. Forest with all the trees. Can run over here. Some rocks. Pretty simple. Okay, and then over here we can go over to the overview. And this is just all of the assets that come with the pack. So we got some rocks, some logs, some stumps, and all the trees and everything. If you look really closely, they're all animated. So the bushes there kind of move around with the wind. Even these little flowers and all the grass and ferns. So that's always really good. Okay, we have some rocks here. And some more logs. So yeah, pretty good pack. Really good look for stylized assets. Let's go ahead and move on. Next up we have here the underground, or the underground subway. So I can hit play right here. I'm getting really low FPS. I wonder if it's just the reason because it was converted wrong or something. And I'm not entirely sure why. I mean, it does have like a lot of stuff in this map in particular, but let me see here if I can go to all the meshes. Select all these. Nanite, enable. Alright, so it's still taking my performance. So I'm just going to come back in Unreal Engine 4. Alright, so we're back here in Unreal Engine 4. So here is the level here. I'll make this full screen. And again, and oh my god, even in Unreal Engine 4. So I'm guessing this is really high detailed textures with a combination of no LODs that makes this lag out like crazy. I mean, if we just look at some of these assets here, you can see they did not spare any resolution on these things. Like, it's actually pretty high detailed. You can read the letters off this bottle, which for like a ground item, you definitely, you know, it shouldn't be readable, honestly. It should just be all like kind of blurry. like texture wise, you know, because you know you're not gonna have your player reading up close like a trash prop or something like that. So, but honestly, you can always bake LODs. It's just kind of that none of that stuff was set up here. But yeah, just a little simple subway scene. If I hide all these here, I can show you guys kind of the level here. Looks like this part is all blocked off. And go through here, prevent the spread. Kind of a apocalyptic subway station or whatever. Quarantine and no entry or removal. Inside here. Okay. And then we have all the way up to the top. They're coming. Pretty sketchy. Okay, and then we have this staircase right there. So, yeah. We can check out the overview assets. So these are all of the assets used in the demo. Got a little barrier, concrete block, little generator there. Okay, some signs here, quarantine. Then we have some wires, newspapers, trash, vending machine, steel beams, some ceiling tiles, some lights, boxes, some subway signs. Okay, we have this nice little crate. This is actually pretty good looking crate. Shopping cart. We have a little staircase, some more wires, electrical boxes, little tarps, police line do not cross. And we have some pipes here in the back, some modular pipes, wall pieces, the gates and stuff, then all these little ads, some shelving, and then some fences and stuff. And yeah, so there is another level, which is a light level, which is the same map, it's just lit up. And I don't know, it's kind of washed out, really bright, but yeah, so that's pretty much the underground subway pack. Let's go ahead and move on to our next. Alright, next up is the Pro Instance tool. So Pro Instance Tools, it's a plugin. Couldn't get this working with Unreal Engine 5, obviously, because it's a plugin. It probably needs to be rebuilt from like the source. But here we have Pro Instance Circle. So essentially what you can use this, from my understanding, it's instant static meshes. That way you can save obviously on performance. Here are the default settings. Okay, so if I click on this here, details, we have number of instances. Okay, static mesh, we can assign the mesh here. And we have optimization. We can adjust the culling distance. So at what distance should it render in? And then we have a number of instances, so we can crank that up. The angle. Okay, and adjustable radius and number. Same thing. Then we have centered rotation type and different angle. Randomize spawn chance. So you guys might be wondering, like, what would this be useful for? And I mean, essentially it'd be useful for like placing assets that aren't exactly foliage types like grass and trees, but mainly like props and stuff. And you'll see what I mean here as we move along with the level. Okay, so randomize location and scale. So we can have random sizes and randomize scale, and then random location and rotation. So there's a lot of different randomizing options. Okay, we have number of instances and spacing. So we have the default settings. Spacing is 100. Then we have all of these all spaced out equally. Now, as far as I know, I believe there is a way that you can set up instance static meshes in Unreal Engine 5. It was, I think, a new feature that they mentioned, but I'll have to double check with that. Okay, so we have adjustable number and spacing. So number of instances, they have a 6 by 6 by 8. Okay, and then we have surface snapping, so it looks like you can move that, update. So we can move this, and automatically updates to the surface. That's pretty cool. Okay, and then surface snapping with random location rotation. So again, this could be useful for, like, you know, if you had a bunch of different boxes or something and you're trying to place them all, and maybe you don't want to place every single individual asset. Okay, surface snapping and aligning, that's also pretty useful. And then surface snapping and aligning with other meshes. Okay, that's still pretty cool. Alright, and over here we have the Pro Instance path. So it looks like we have the default settings. We have a simple spacing without instance length. So actually, if I hit G, that's why I was hiding actually the splines here. A G, if you didn't know, was to hide like all of the editor stuff. So this is just a normal spline. I can alt drag off of this. And again, this would be really useful for really any sort of spline system, like maybe like a lamp post if you're trying to place it on a street. You'd have all these spaced out. Randomized location rotation scale. Also be useful like if you had palm trees and you're trying to place them all spaced out. And again, with the palm trees, you know, not for like painting onto your landscape, obviously. Like if you're setting this up in like a city map again, and you wanted to place like palm trees in a row, but you wanted to have like randomized rotation scale and have it snap to the ground. That's a very specific example, but obviously you can apply this to whatever you want. Close spline so you can have it completely loop around. And then surface snapping and aligning. Okay, and then we have the path scatter, default settings. So it just looks like it's just mixed up in a path. And higher instances number. That looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like some terrain, I guess. Could make like a cool little platformer level where you have to jump from each square. Random rotation and scale. And more complex closed path. Okay, and then last but not least, we have the Pro Instance scatter, and have it scatter randomly inside that box, or it looks like we have sphere, box with pivot point at the corner. Okay, surface snapping, so we can have random stuff inside the box spawn and snap to the surface. Same with this, but random rotation and scale. Surface snapping with random rotation scale with a sphere type. And then surface aligning. So yeah, another thing this could be really useful for is for like placing, I don't know, pieces of like trash or like scattered debris on the map. Again, not to replace the foliage tool, but for little like static meshes here and there, I guess. But yeah, that's the Pro Instance scatter. So it has all these blueprints included in the plugin. So you just go to plugins and search Pro Scatter. Pro Instance tools, and again you'd have to add this as a plugin to your project and then enable it. All of these blueprints are actually from the demo project, which is in the plugin content. And this is the path to get to that content. After you install the plugin, obviously, and download it from the marketplace. It's C program files, Epic Games, wherever you have Unreal Engine 4 installed, engine plugins, marketplace, Pro Instant Tools content. The demo room is the stuff that I have loaded up here. That's pretty much it for the 5 free monthly marketplace content packs. Now there is one more pack, which is permanently free on the marketplace, and I'll go ahead and show that right now. Alright, which is the easy building system, which I opened with Unreal Engine 5, no problems. So if I hit play here, yeah, so first off the bat, I actually tested this out. It works for multiplayer. So here's the controls. We can press 1, place the foundation, press E to place it. And you can see here it's doing it on the other player's screen, so I can do E again. Let me snap this up. It's kind of hard to snap it. You have to kind of get the placement perfect to snap them together. You can place it off of the grid like this if you wanted to. But yeah, you can see it's all replicated and all that stuff. I can place ramps. I can place walls. And I'm just going to make this single player for now. And then let's see here, we can build our ramps, and our walls. So I wonder if you can destroy something if you didn't want it. Okay, and then 4 for door frames. And 6 for ceiling. Okay, we have windows as well. And then hold Q for build menu. Okay, so this actually pulls up the build menu. I can do upgrade mode, destruct mode. So I think this just demolishes, I guess. It looks like we have a lot of different options. A lock, metal window, wood ceiling, stone as well. You can use your mouse wheel to rotate. Okay, left mouse button, shot for damage testing. Okay, you can see we're doing a line trace there and it's doing damage. The HP for the building is on the bottom left there. R to repair, U to upgrade to brick wall. And page down to decrease floor. So it looks like it also has a saving and loading system. V to change a view mode. So we can do a top-down view, normal third person, or we're going to have a first-person view. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's check this stuff out. Build it in editor construction. You can build on the static mesh. So I'm not really sure what this is about. E to open the door. So this must just be like a pre-built sort of thing. Yeah, so this is all built out of the meshes from the build system. Kind of looks like Rust a lot, honestly. Like the doors and the locks and all that stuff. And then we got a little house over here. Got multiple doors and stuff, rooms. And yeah, let's see what else we got in here. Alright, so here is the demo main menu, which actually comes with all these stylized assets here. So these trees, a grass here, the rocks. So honestly, not really bad for permanently free. So if I hit play here, this is just the menu background. So it looks like we can create multiplayer sessions, which is pretty cool. And here's a little example of what you could build, I guess. But yeah, I mean, all these assets here are included, which is pretty nice, honestly. Alright, so here, demo stylized metal. So I'm guessing this is the same map, but metal structures. Maybe this is all static. Just a, like, prop. And we have demo stylized stone. So the same stone building. And it looks like we have it made out of wood as well. And the wood actually looks really nice, or at least a stylized version. So actually, I'm wondering now, they have different versions of these, I guess, realistic and stylized. Okay, so here's the overview. This gives us a better idea of what's included. So yeah, we got the stylized wood here. Then we have the stylized stone. And then we have the metal. Okay, then over here is like the realistic wood. Then we have brick. And then here we have a cartoony wood, stone, and then metal. And then these look like the blockouts, so obviously you could probably take these into whatever 3D modeling software you have and replace them. Use the props here for scaling and getting the proportions right. Okay, and then we have all the ceilings here. And then here's some of the stylized assets that we got. The trees, the rocks, and then these beds. And these were just the background landscapes. And yeah, that's pretty much the building system. Honestly, pretty good. It's set up for multiplayer, permanently free, has all these stylized assets. Definitely going to check this one out a lot more. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this month's free marketplace content. Make sure you head over to the Epic Games marketplace and pick these up before they're all gone. And let me know down in the comments down below which one was your favorite and why. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.